Okay, today we are going to be talking about Objective 2.1, which is to be able to graph a quadratic function using its key features. So if we look here at our first example, it says to graph a parabola with a vertex at 2, 3 and an axis of symmetry at x equals 2 with zeros at x equals -1 and x equals 5. So one of the most important parts of our parabola, which is our U shape, is our vertex. So we're going to go ahead and plot that first. So I'm going to do that in green. So I go to 2 and then up to 3. And I'm going to put my vertex right here. So my vertex in my parabola is either going to be my highest point or my lowest point. Okay? And so next, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plot the zeros. So my zeros, so 0 is just a word for x-intercepts or root, so it's just where it crosses along the x-axis. So we go to -1, we're going to put a dot right there. And we go over to 5, we're going to put a dot right there. Okay, so that is where we are crossing the x-axis. So now we're able to go ahead and we can kind of see this U shape here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to connect those points. Okay. So when I look at this shape right here, this U that's forming, what we should notice is that this vertex is in the middle of these 2 points here. All right. And so what's going to become important is this line at x equals 2. So x equals 2 is a vertical line. So it's a vertical line where every single x value is 2. And what we should notice with our axis of symmetry is it's going directly through our vertex and it is cutting this shape in half. Okay, so this parabola is being cut in half. If I were to fold it along this line, we should see that everything lines up. Everything is symmetric. All right, so let's go ahead and try it with this one as well. So first, I'm going to plot my vertex, which was 4, -7. So I go over to 4, and then I go down to -7 right here. I'm going to plot my zeros at x equals 3 and x equals 5. So again, zeros are just where it crosses the x-axis. So I go over to 3. I go to 5 right here. So what we should notice is this parabola is going to be facing up, whereas this one is facing down. And so we're going to connect these points. We also notice that this one is definitely going to be narrower than the other one that we did before. So I want to connect my U here. Okay, so here's the shape that my parabola made. And lastly, I'm going to draw my axis of symmetry, which we again should notice that this vertical line where the x value is always equal to 4 is the same as the x coordinate of my vertex. So there's a vertical line called my axis of symmetry that is going through this parabola here, and it's cutting it in half. So if I were to fold it over, they would overlap each other perfectly. Okay, so again, all we're doing right now is if we give you the vertex, the zeros, and our line of symmetry, you should be able to sketch what the parabola looks like. Okay.